So it's just, I just keep saying so when I start off. Right, so, yeah, that uncomfortable guy right there is me 10 years ago. 10 years ago. I'm a bit of a what you might say, a digital oxymoron. You see, I've always loved gadgets. And as you can see right here, there's a 3D printer, there's me flying my drone. I just had an idea one day. Maybe I could put together a YouTube channel, call it Gadget John, and just show people what it is that I like, for no other reason than the fact that, you know, if I think it's cool, maybe other people do too. Now the biggest bit is possibly for the first couple of videos, I didn't even have myself in the video. For example, this one you're watching right now, this was the entire video. Wasn't even anything from me. Didn't even stand in front of the camera. I just couldn't face it. But one thing I've never done is I've never shown the very first video I ever made, which never actually got onto YouTube. It was just sent to a friend just to see if he thought people would watch me. So let's go back through the power of the Ethernet and go and see what I look like in 2015. This is the first time I ever put a camera in front of my face to make a YouTube video or any kind of video like this. So this is me talking about gadgets, and I like gadgets a lot. I really do. But anyway, so what is a gadget, or what do I think a gadget is? And what I think a gadget is might be something different than someone else, or even the person that's selling it to me. But gadget is something, in my view anyway, that does more than one thing, and it's good at something. Maybe not brilliant. Well, as captivating as that was, I think we should move on a little bit. 10 years of making YouTube videos. Which is odd actually, because when I started making YouTube videos, I didn't even have a camera to make YouTube videos. But for some reason I decided, you know what? Let's make YouTube videos. So it was probably some sort of iteration of the action camera that I remember buying first. And I remember also thinking to myself, I don't really like talking to the camera. I didn't find it natural, and as a shy person, I didn't know what to say either. Which is probably a really crap way to start a YouTube channel. But nevertheless, that's what I did. I recorded a video about a gadget that was on my desk and sent it to a friend and said, "What do you think?" Yeah, and that was about 10 years ago. Wow. The biggest thing, and the topic of this video, is in my 10 years of making YouTube videos, I've kept everything that I ever recorded. And I mean everything. The bits that I didn't include in a video, what you might call outtakes, the bits that didn't work, the ideas that I recorded entire videos and never did anything. So, how do you keep 10 years worth of videos? So my first forte into this problem was this, which is a NAS drive. And in fact, there is a video on my channel from many years ago about this very NAS drive. It has two 12 terabyte drives in it. And that quickly filled up. I vastly underestimated how much data that YouTube videos and things like that was actually going to generate. Predominantly, the decision to get better camera equipment and to start recording in 4K did swell somewhat that calculation of how much data do you think I'm going to need. And then you include things like drones, multiple cameras, because, you know, some shots need more cameras. 360 cameras. Well, yep, that's a bit of a heavy one. And then obviously you got big cameras and phone cameras. And as you can see, this is just a bit of a selection of what I've got. I've got 3 drones, 2 360 cameras, 3 action cameras, fair enough, 1 phone and 1 big camera, and then the camera that this is being shot on right now as well. So many cameras, and many angles and many points of interest of the same video, B-roll clips and everything else did lead to generating an awful lot of data, which brings me to the next little add-on. So this is an enclosure to put more hard drives in, and it connects via USB to the NAS drive. So essentially this connects to this. This is a network drive, so you can access it across the network, which was great, you know, when I had a house. But in here are 4 of these 8 terabyte drives. So as you can see, things started to sort of add up quite quickly. In fact, so quickly that when I bought this, it was configured as 2 12 terabyte drives in an array for redundancy. So essentially, one drive just mirrored the other drive, which gave me 12 terabytes of space. That was quickly changed to give me 24 terabytes of space. So we got 24 terabytes there, and I am talking terabytes here. And then 4 lots of 8 terabytes here to give me 56 terabytes. And that was up until 2019. And in 2019, something fairly significant happened. And that was deciding to sell the house and go travel in the camper van we had, which really didn't work well with devices that needed network connections and mains power. So I decided to go for smaller hard drives, like these little Western Digital ones, 4 and 5 terabyte drives, so I could carry all my other data around with me. And at the time I tried my best to carry around some of the important data I thought I might dip into for the past, because one thing that I always thought was, if I'm talking about something that happened in the past, it'd be nice to actually include that said past video. So that's what I did. So that's why there's now, well, there are many drives there. So yeah, this didn't help either, really. And in fact, what this led to was 2 faulty drives, which are these 2 drives, which ultimately contain things that I really needed off them. As they do, you only store things on hard drives that you really need. So the way I edit, and I will probably cover this more in depth at more point in time, as I will the camera gear and how I edit and all that kind of stuff, if that's interesting to everybody. But yeah, basically, I download the footage from all the cameras to an SSD drive. So whilst these are really fast and great for editing, these are not so fast and therefore not so great for editing. But as a way to store all your archive stuff and still have it with me, and it's being portable, it was a good solution. But the unfortunate thing now, as you can see from there, over the years that I've been traveling and living in a camper van, I've collected a lot of these hard drives. Yeah, let's have a quick calculation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's another one over there, 10. So that's another 40 terabytes of data, and they're full. Well, 2 of them are faulty as well, so they're full. And they're not that reliable, and they're not that quick, unfortunately. So I've gone down a different path, and that is to get sort of external drives, which are bigger drives. So this is an 18 terabyte drive. That's a 16 terabyte drive, and that's a 24 terabyte drive. So it's got me to the point now where I've got the ability to, between the 3 drives there, take all my data with me. And you might think, right, okay then, so 10 years ago, you decided that you're going to keep all the kind of shots and the clips and everything else, everything you'd made and recorded. Yes. 10 years ago I did. Do I regret making that decision right now? I don't regret it at all, actually. I actually, as a geeky, gadgety, nerdy bloke, appreciate all the geeky, gadgety, nerdy stuff in there. And right now, obviously, some of you that know me know that right now my campervan is off the road having its engine rebuilt. Hence why I'm in a caravan. And this downtime, currently about 5 weeks now, waiting for my engine to be fixed. But this downtime has led me to do something that I've previously not really had the opportunity to do. And that is to go through all this old stuff on all these old devices and the faulty drives and recover the data off there and put them on these new drives here, so that I've then hopefully just got a sort of 1 or 2 or 3 of these drives to carry around with me, and I've got everything that I need with a little bit more space on top as well, for what I'm moving forward to do. So future projects, future travels, that kind of thing. So one thing that I do want to say though is, being in the caravan for 5 weeks with everything else is going on, this has been my power, the Afri P210. And in fact, this is the Afri P210 app version, which is pretty cool because it's basically been powering everything. You know, my van died. I didn't have the ability to take the electrical system I'd built in the van that, you know, has all the power connections for everything that I need, and bring it into the caravan. The caravan has got 240 volts in it. That's it. So it was a great option to have this, that I can connect all my USB devices in, my PD stuff and my laptop. 240 on the side there because now and again the power goes. I'm on a campsite. If somebody trips the power out, it goes. So having all these NAS drives basically on the back of this means that if the power to the site goes, this is going to keep me going. It's powering my Echo speaker. It's charging all my devices. My iPad's on charge at the moment. It charges my phone. It's charging my AirPods speaker. Yeah, it's fantastic. As you can see at the moment, we've got some items going out of power and then some little bit of power coming in as well. It's not very sunny outside at the moment, so it's probably the solar panels not really doing that well. But I do have the option on this to power it via 240 and give it a bit of a fast charge. So yeah, that has been a game changer, and to be able to control it and see whatever's going on with my phone is brilliant as well. I absolutely love that. So yeah, if you are interested in a power pack, and this is the perfect example of why I've had, you know, this in the boot of my camper van for, well, I don't know, a couple of years now, because you just never know what's going to happen. So having a backup power supply in these circumstances is brilliant, and the Afri has been brilliant for me. I've had about 3 of them now in the 3 generations that I've used permanently in the back of my camper van, and they've sent me other products to try and test out, and they've been just as good. So yeah, if you are interested in the Afri P210 app version, there'll be a link in the video description down below. Now you might be asking yourself, like, why are you carrying all this stuff though, John? What's your plan to it? And my plan is that I've spent, well, 6 years now making travel content, probably 7 years making travel content. And the travel content has been pretty much, you go somewhere, film it, edit a video, put it out. And it gives you very little time to plan what you're going to do, to, you know, try and tell a story and make it look cinematic and everything else. It's just real life stuff. And the battle with that is that real life stuff doesn't always go well. And if, again, you know me, then you know I'm a prime example of, you know, if shit's going to go wrong, yeah, my name's John, put it on my shoulders. So for me personally, I love making videos. I love all this stuff, and I'd like to make videos that I'm proud of. And therefore, I'd like to have a little bit more planning and a little bit more time to make the video I want to make with a story behind it. Something like the documentary film that I made over on the John and Mandy channel. I really, really enjoyed doing that. And I'd like to incorporate that kind of storyline into future travel videos. So there's a perspective. For example, we've been going to Scotland for 15 years. So it'd be interesting, in my view anyway, to make a travel documentary film about Scotland or other places we've been to with, the whole timeline, the whole explanation, the first time we went and the most recent time we went, where we like going, why, and to see what's changed as well. But that's just some of the ideas that I've got for why I want to take all this data around with me. So I said at the start, that I would probably make a series or a few videos on this. 10 years of being on YouTube is quite significant, really. I can't actually believe I've stuck at it too, because there have been some points in the middle that have been a bit sketchy. But hey ho, that is social media, isn't it? But yeah, I plan on making some videos about camera gear, maybe editing, and just maybe sort of like experiences of being on YouTube for 10 years. And maybe the big hitter that people might be interested in as well is how much money I've made on YouTube over 10 years. And I hope to make them sort of like quite small, little sort of condensed little insights. So it's not a massive video, just to give you a little bit of a, an insight into something. Hopefully it'll make it a little bit more interesting to watch as well. There we go. So thanks for watching. Obviously comment down below if you got any questions or your own insights if you've been on YouTube for a few years as well, or if you're the type of person where you've got 100 terabytes of data storage that are full of something that you've decided to go out and film. Let me know in the comments down below. Take care, folks. See you soon. Bye. Hi, thanks for sticking around and watching the end of the video. Big thumbs up. Please click on the like button. If you like the video, please click on subscribe to find out more of what I get up to. And also please check out these other videos that I've done recently. I made them myself. Thanks. Bye.